Robert Redford, the Hollywood golden boy who became an Oscar-winning director, liberal activist and godfather for independent cinema under the name of one of his best-loved characters, died Tuesday at 89. Redford died at his home at Sundance in the mountains of Utah, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved, publicist Cindi Berger said in a statement. No cause of death was provided. After rising to stardom in the 1960s, Redford was one of the biggest stars of the 70s with such films as The Candidate, All the President's Men, and The Way We Were, capping that decade with the Best Director Oscar for 1980's Ordinary People, which also won Best Picture in 1980. His wavy blonde hair and boyish grin made him the most desired of leading men, but he worked hard to transcend his looks, whether through his political advocacy, his willingness to take on unglamorous roles or his dedication to providing a platform for low-budget movies. His roles ranged from Washington Post journalist Bob Woodward to a mountain man in Jeremiah Johnson, to a double agent in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and his co-stars included Jane Fonda, Meryl Streep and Tom Cruise. But his most famous screen partner was his old friend and fellow activist and practical joker Paul Newman, their films a variation of their warm, teasing relationship off-screen. Redford played the wily outlaw opposite Newman in 1969's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a box office smash from which Redford Sundance Institute and Festival got its name. He also teamed with Newman on 1973's Best Picture Oscar winner, The Sting, which earned Redford a Best Actor nomination as a young con artist in 1930 Chicago. Film roles after the 70s became more sporadic as Redford concentrated on directing and producing, and his new role as patriarch of the independent film movement in the 1980s and 90s through his Sundance Institute. But he starred in 1985's Best Picture Champion Out of Africa and in 2013 received some of the best reviews of his career as a shipwrecked sailor in All Is Lost, in which he was the film's only performer. In 2018, he was praised again in what he called his farewell movie, The Old Man and the Gun. I just figure that I've had a long career that I'm very pleased with. It's been so long, ever since I was 21, he told the Associated Press shortly before the film came out. I figure now as I'm getting into my 80s, it's maybe time to move toward retirement and spend more time with my wife and family. Redford had watched Hollywood grow more cautious and controlling during the 1970s and wanted to recapture the creative spirit of the early part of the decade. Sundance was created to nurture new talent away from the pressures of Hollywood, the institute providing a training ground and the festival, based in Park City, Utah, where Redford had purchased land with the initial hope of opening a ski resort.
Hello, everybody. Here's old Ron.
Mr. Redford right here too. Wow, that's something. Mr. Redford right in the center. Look at it. Robert Redford! Mr. Robert Redford!
And I think that that artists and art have the power to affect change.
Hello, Robert! How are you? Just a moment, Robert! Just a moment!
This is an urgent matter. It's not something we can keep talking about. We have to act, and we have to act sooner rather than later because the meter's ticking. Well, that ought to do it.
Think you used enough dynamite there, Butch?
Robert Redford is Johnny Hooker, a young grifter with plenty of moxie.
$3 grand on the red, Jimmy.
But he's a sucker for Lady Luck.
Tough luck, kid.
Is there a cover-up?
Don't you understand what you're on to? Mitchell knew? Of course, Mitchell knew.
Hello, everybody.
I had to go around and struggle to try to define ourselves. There were some people that would ask me along the way, well, what's your end game? And I said, there is no end game, because what we are about is to create this foundation of support that can go on and on and on as long as we respond to what is inevitable, which is change.
You know, probably a lot of people say, why do you do this? No one asked that question before I do, and no one asks it more than I do, because I really wouldn't. I'm an impatient person, and I don't believe in wasting time or energy, mine or anybody else's. So I said, look, if this doesn't work, when I started the festival in 1985, if this doesn't work, I'm not going to hang around pumping it, you know, or beating a dead horse. If it does work, then if it ever ceases to service a need or to be irrelevant, that'll be the end of that.
Here's old Ron.
Mr. Redford right here too. Mr. Redford. Wow, that's something. Mr. Redford right in the center. Look here. Look up here. In the center, Mr. Redford right here. We have to award.
There's something about awards that make you sort of think you maybe should stand still for a moment or look back. It's not a time to be looking back, it's a time to be looking forward, because we need all the help we can get, and we have a lot of work to do. It's not harder, because the more you do it, the more refined your work gets, the more your own personal technique gets refined, the more chances you have to do it. If you don't have that many chances, if you work sporadically, it's tougher. But the more you work, the more you're able to refine your own process, and that's very appealing. I mean, I think that's great. I think the thing that faces most actors that can be insurmountable is that they start to forget lines. That hasn't happened to me yet.
Robert Redford! Mr. Robert Redford!
And I think that that artists and art have the power to affect change.
I'm not that comfortable celebrating myself, and there's so many red carpets, so many places that I'm more interested in what the purpose is, which is showing the film. And I'm more interested in the filmmakers who really benefit from the experience by having their work seen. I got to get over the shock of having my name attached to it. I'm a little on the shy side as far as that goes. But the fact that it's such an honor, and the fact that the award is going to be what it's going to be about, is what interests me. That it's going to afford a scholarship to a lot of kids that might not be able to afford to come.
Hello, Robert. How are you? Just a moment, Robert. Just a moment.
Oscar nominations came out this morning. Your name was not mentioned. What was your reaction? Well, we know their reaction.
Well, why don't we let them speak for me? No. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that this is where my career started, in New York City, in the theater. And because that's the root of my beginnings, it has a special, it's a special reward. This is an urgent matter. It's not something we can keep talking about. We have to act, and we have to act sooner rather than later because the meter's ticking. And the problem is growing, and the solution has not been growing equal to the problem. So I think it's time to act quickly and very boldly.
How does it feel to go out with this one?
It feels great. I can't think of a better way to go out.